Hey, yo. All right. We're going to talk about gold because everybody is losing their mother mind right now over it. So what's going on, right? Okay, let me decrease my photo here, my picture, so we can see this chart. Yeah, I would lose my mind too if I was in gold. Let me make myself a little smaller so we can see this lovely, sexy chart. Look at this, guys and gals. Okay, so this is the daily chart. For a long time, gold wasn't doing much, you see? And so now here, I don't know, February came, March came, and then all of a sudden, we're losing our mind, okay? We're losing our mind. Here we are in March. So we broke over these other levels here in the past, okay? That was in January and so. We came up. Here we are in March here, okay? Left the right side of my screen, you see this? And then we were leveling off here. We couldn't break above this and $3 level, all right? So this is the gold ETF that we're looking at. And then now, here we are, March 28th, going into April, we have lost our minds. We're just bam, 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 we're hitting it. One of the things that I like about the markets is that it doesn't stay the same. There's sector rotation, right? So sometimes like the semiconductors will be hot. Everybody's looking at AMD, NVIDIA, things like that. Okay. Then no one can think anything else but AI, or chips. And then it'll go into another sector and it'll be EVs. Oh, electric cars. You can't even think or breathe without an electric car, right? Tesla, NIO, all these different ones. Okay. Then a sector rotate again. China stocks. Okay. And now the people who have gold, this is your time. This is your time. So put it in the comments below. Like, why do you have gold? Why are you holding it and everything like that? I'm not saying I don't have it. I'm not saying that I do have it. I will not confirm nor deny my holdings right there. But why do you have it? Is this for the apocalypse? Okay, like, is this my apocalyptic holding, or is it just for inflation? So we see this. Okay, now let me just make myself a little smaller here again. So this is, the 5 year. Because for people holding gold, you've been holding for a while. Look how much time has passed, and it really wasn't doing anything. And now is this time. So why do people do this? Let's just have a little convo about it. Inflation. Yeah. Inflation. Okay, so we see here inflation and the demand for gold. So everybody's having these concerns now about inflation. Oh, it's going to increase. The Fed is saying, eventually something's going to happen here with it. So people are like, oh my gosh, my other assets will go down. So when people have fear, loss of value in their other things like the stocks and the bonds, right? As a result, they turn to gold to preserve their wealth, okay? So now, I don't want anybody to think I'm hating on gold or I'm loving gold. I'm just being objective about this. I'm not saying one way or the other, okay? I'm not doing that. I'm staying neutral, okay? You let me know how you're feeling about it. So now when inflation is going up, there's an increase for gold, okay? So now, what happens, you see down here? What happens when inflation is low? Okay? Gold may decrease, okay? And then the price may fall. We have to know things rotate. There's sectors, there's different things that's hot now, and then they're not. So like Bitcoin is not always up, okay? And sometimes it depends when people come into a market. And like certain people, if the market was imprinted on their mind, like during the Depression, then they always fear the markets, okay? It's like, oh my gosh. And so then they always like, oh, we need gold. So it depends what year, what time you were raised. And so then you have different biases, okay? If you're like, if you were like persuaded, like if you were influenced at a time where the market was hot, you always believe in the market. You're like, oh, the market can do no wrong. Okay, the market is my mom and the market loves me. Okay, so it depends when you came along how it imprints. There's books about that. That's not my opinion. Those are facts, okay? So here we go. So now everybody's a little into this because of Costco. Costco, I love Costco. This is good marketing. Costco said, people, come to us. We love you. Come with your money and buy these little, doesn't that look pretty? I mean, who doesn't want that? That's pretty. I know people who hold gold. I'm not saying confirm nor deny if I have gold or not. I know people who hold gold. But Costco gold? All right. So I don't know, because you see here, this part I'm highlighting. Wait, hold on. Let me use this marker. Item is non-refundable. Really, Costco? I can't bring it back? Why can't I come back with that gold? Why can't I refund it? If it's so hot, why can't I bring it back? That's what people start thinking about that. Why can't you bring it back? Okay. I don't know. Costco don't like their own gold. You can't bring it back. Okay. And then if you ever want to sell your gold later, can you take it to the bank, right? Can you take it to the bank? I'm just saying these things because people, you got to think through the whole process from beginning to end. I buy this gold that looks pretty as hell. I mean, who doesn't love that? I mean, it gives me a little hot flash looking at it. I buy that gold, but Costco won't even take it back. Because I have to say this for the people who may need money. Sorry, hold on, who may need money later. And like, oh, I want to return this because I need the money for XYZ. No, not refundable, okay? So then you go here. Can you, hold on, let me just use my cursor. Can you sell your gold to the bank? Read what it says. I'll give everybody a minute, okay, to read that, because selling to a traditional bank is typically not one of the options, okay? Can't just walk up into Bank of America, I'm assuming, since it says that, and go, hey, look, got these Costco bricks here. Can you take some? Okay, call your bank and see. Will you take my Costco gold? Okay, and then some people are like, oh, I'm never selling my gold. Okay, things happen and people need to like get liquid sometimes. Okay, and then for the people who are holding this for apocalyptic times and stuff like that, how are you going to move your gold in apocalypse? I want to know. I'm not saying you can't. You write this in the comments. How are we moving like that? Because when we had the pandemic, right? Okay, and then people wanted cash and things like that. But then the cash was like germy, so then people used a card, okay? People use card a lot, the credit cards and things like that, debit cards. So how do we move this gold around if there's a situation? I'm just saying, I'm not saying we can't, but do you break off a brick? Like, you cut it up, just, for like, just humor me, let me know how you're gonna go about that. On the street level, like if you gotta buy milk, How do you buy milk with a gold brick? All right, so down here, as you can see, it says, okay, how you could go about trying to unload some of that if you need to. We always have to, you have to know. You have to, because I just don't want my audience to get stuck. Okay, that's my point. If you need to get liquid, you need to know how to get liquid and where you're going to go. Okay, so that's why I'm bringing that up. I just want to go to another screen. Hold on. All right, I wanted to go here to show you, okay, Forbes. So look at this. Okay, top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves. This is what they're saying, okay? This is how they have it documented. Is this how it really is? Don't know. Everything's not always, don't believe everything you see, right? So this may not actually be the order of who has the most gold and things like that. We know that China, India, things are changing with that, and they're moving up. And so Russia, other countries are trying to increase their wealth as well. So the numbers here, let's just say on paper, might not necessarily actually be the reality of what's really happening. So anyway, there's a lot of different jostling here. It shows the United States as the number one. Okay, right now I'm here. I'm in the United States. By the way, just came back. I was in another country, flew out for the weekend. I went to an event. I'm back. So, but the United States is supposed to be number one. Okay, how long will we be number one? I'm not taking sides or whatever. I live here, but I'm being neutral about all that. Okay, so I just want everybody to know, hey, if you want that, if you want a brick, they're at Costco. They're at Costco. It doesn't say the price. You have to be a member to know the price and everything, but it's a little bit more than I think what is, the actual gold price. Costco has to make a little bit of a profit on that. But like I'm saying, you just got to think about it. Like if you ever need to get liquid, not saying liquidate all of it, but liquidate a little bit of it. Where do you go to do that? Know the end so you can work backwards with it, right? Reverse engineer this whole thing. Like, okay, when I want to break some off. So I wanted to go over gold. Okay, now let's just get into the other thing that's hot. Okay, so what's the other thing that's hot that everybody's like, oh, this is the new gold standard? Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me change this, the chart. All right, here we are. We're looking at Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. So isn't this chart sexy as well? Gold looks sexy. Bitcoin looks sexy. Okay, you know, we love a sexy chart. Okay, this is the daily chart. Look at Bitcoin ramping up. You know, went sideways a little bit, and here we go, ramping up again. Let me move myself over here. So now we're in like a little bit of a consolidation kind of thing, but doesn't it look like, hold on, just give me a second. Let me just draw these angles here. Okay. Doesn't that look, for everybody who knows, doesn't that look like an ascending triangle? Doesn't it look like ascending triangles usually break upward? So my point is, we would actually break through this area and then keep going up. Let me get my cursor here. We would break through this and we would keep going in an upward direction. That's what usually ascending triangles do. The probability on that is like 72% when you're dealing with ascending triangles. If that's going to happen, you never know. We're right in front of the halving event. And since we're right in front of the halving event, will it get sold into? Okay, the halving is like what, April 17th? So it could get sold into. Don't know. So I don't know what will happen because people may take profits and things like that. But the point is, this is what the chart is trying to show us. I'm just going over the technicals right here. So this looks good as well. It's like, okay, this is a good time for the markets. So I'm happy. I'm happy for everybody who's in gold. I'm happy for everybody who's in Bitcoin. All right. This is a good time. This is a good time. Take advantage of it. But we all know, I have to make sure my audience is aware, corrections do happen. You got to plan for both sides of things. Gold goes up, Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down, gold goes down. You have to be ready for everything, especially when you're buying at the all-time highs. It's not like if you're already in it, then think about taking some profits. Eventually, not all of it, but you can partial. You can take a little bit here, a little bit there, or whatever, because you never know when it's going to stop. No one knows like the highest point something's going to reach. A lot of people didn't think gold would go as high as it did, but look at it now, right? So you could just slowly partial out of it, or you go. It's up to you. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But we are looking at some really good, sexy charts here. Okay, and so I don't know. You know, probability, yeah, it looks like Bitcoin will go up. It looks bullish, but you could take some partials. If you take a little bit, just a little bit, no one goes broke taking profits unless you just do it all the time and you never let your winners run. Okay, so that's the thing too. But you could just take a little portion just to scratch that itch, you know, so you don't go all the way back down to like zero, let's say, and never had any money in your pocket. Because, you know, you have to put food on the table for the family, right? All right. So I just wanted to go over these things. If you like this, click like and, click like, subscribe, and then I'll see you back next time or anything that moves. Okay? Take care.